Hey everybody, and welcome to AJS News. This is the first of two videos we've got for you this week.
But first, a word from our sponsors.
Ice cream! Get your ice cream!
Oh my god, it's so freaking hot, Alex. Why do we always wear black?
Because we're dumb.
100 degrees.
My two favorite boys. How are y'all doing?
Hey, ice cream man. We desperately need some ice cream, man.
Well, I have a treat for you. I have 2 more afternoon delights left.
Oh, yes.
Here you go.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, go out.
No!
Oh, what the fuck is that? Never let unwanted ball hair ruin your afternoon delight. Guys, go to our landing page right now at manscaped.com/AngryJoeShow, where you'll find your discount of 20% off will be automatically applied at checkout. You're going to want to get your hands on these and try it yourself. The Shears 2.0, the Weed Whacker, or of course, the Lawnmower 3.0. Hey! Your balls!
Well, thank you.
Your nose? What are you doing?
He's got to... Look, we're on camera all the time. It's important to look your
True.
best, right?
But do I have to hear it?
Yes.
Damn, you got a lot of nose hair, my friend. No, I actually probably have the worst of all of us.
He takes those headphones off, and then there's just
like
like...
this. Yeah, no, I'm
There's a
serious.
forest coming
my
out of his ear.
grandpa, I inherited it from
Got
my
it from the
grandpa. That
grandpa.
hair comes out of the ear quick. At least for me. I don't know how it is for you. Maybe it's a little bit of that Latin blood
Not
that
for
makes
me.
that ears go. Okay, never mind. Then that's not what it is. It's
Yeah.
just gross hair coming out of my ears. I need to take care of it with the Manscaped, y'all.
This
Check
is
it
the
out.
performance package. It comes with the lawnmower. We've got the ball toner, the ball deodorant, this wonderful free gift of the
There's-
boxers,
I
which
love
are
those.
actually really amazing.
Yeah,
and then
we
the
are-
Weed Whacker, which is perfect for nose hair and ear hair. Look, if you are uncomfortable buying a gift of, a body hair trimmer, if you're like, hey, I
Shouldn't
don't
be
want to buy this for you.
uncomfortable. No.
This is a better gift, all right? Like if you are worried about this, then pick yourself up one of these.
Don't be worried. But yeah, if you want to be subtle, get your Weed Whacker. But honestly, get your dad, uncle, whoever, one of these bad boys. It'll be sweet. They'll appreciate it. Click those links down below if you want % off and the free gifts, guys. Appreciate Manscaped for sponsoring us. And let's get on over to the news.
All right. So this was a big week for a really boring story that people don't.
A lot of boring stories this
A
week.
lot of boring. So there's some really good ones.
Okay.
There's good ones. So
Good.
don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Well, we're gonna summarize some of the other ones pretty quick. So Epic versus Apple is something that we talk about often.
Yes.
And we actually got some really important updates. So the trial is actually set. They are going to trial in May of next year. Now, that on its own wouldn't probably be something we want to mention, but the judge of this trial had mentioned specifically that there may be some serious ramifications for Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, saying, look, you have described these marketplaces as walled gardens that Apple controls. Everyone has to pay a bunch of money to get into, and it's, they're saying that it's antitrust. And the judge says, look, if we're presenting this case, you realize that Microsoft and Nintendo and PlayStation are all going to be in on it. So it's actually true. This is a really important thing. So this is going to spread just from iOS store. This is going to go into everybody else, so people are really worried.
See
Also,
what changes will happen.
Oh, absolutely. Also, Apple has now been ordered to leave Unreal Engine and Epic subsidiaries alone. The temporary restraining order has been upgraded to a preliminary injunction saying you cannot screw with anything in the iOS store that's on Unreal. Because they were doing that, right? They said, we're going to take away your dev kit. You're not going to be able to access any of that stuff. And so the judge says, no mas, no more of that stuff. And then the biggest thing of this story is Microsoft is siding with Epic in its fight against Apple, promises a more open Microsoft store. So Microsoft's saying, look, we have been kind of against this for a while, and now we're going to practice what we preach. We're going to change our own store and make a bunch of changes. And so there's a big list of things that they're going to do. They're saying developers are going to have the freedom to choose whether to distribute apps for Windows through our app store. We're not going to block competing app stores on Windows. They're going to do a lot of really things that are really consumer friendly. So it's actually nice to see Microsoft go in this direction and side with Epic. Although it feels weird choosing a side between the two of them, right?
I guess they're trying to be more proactive. It's like, all right, well, some changes might happen. Let's just get ahead of this and try to figure out something that will work out for our store.
Yeah. I don't necessarily love Epic, and I certainly don't love Apple. And so in this whole, normally we like to you pick a side and you're like, oh, who's going against who? And Epic's definitely the underdog here, but Epic has also done some anti-consumer things that I'm not super happy with. And so even in this case, it's like I don't necessarily want to choose, but still thought it would be important enough to bring it up to you guys.
May of next year, the trial will start, and then they'll do injunctions and delays, and it'll take another year or two. Yeah. I just hope that we don't talk about it every week.
No, we will not talk about it every week. Only
Here's
because
my prediction for that trial.
Uh-huh.
I'm making the prediction now.
Bam.
Okay, Epic's gonna lose.
Yes.
Apple's gonna win.
I agree.
But Epic will win in small ways where Apple can't fuck with them with their stuff, and they have to still be able to use some of their other tools, and their tools won't be taken away, and they will have spent millions of dollars both sides for essentially no reason.
What is your prediction on? Because Apple also countersued Epic saying we want that money.
Oh, that'll be canceled.
You don't think
that'll be thrown out?
You think the countersuit's gonna be thrown out?
Yeah.
I'm actually going a step further.
May not necessarily be thrown out, but they're not going to win anything substantial from it.
I think a judge is going to force Epic to pay Apple and say, look, you signed an agreement saying you were going to pay.
You're going one step further.
I think Apple is going to win.
It's not a separate. Apple's going to win, and they're going to crush you where Epic's going to pay money.
Yeah.
And Epic should have just shut the fuck up.
I agree. That's what my prediction is. I'm not saying that one thing is right or another, but my prediction is Apple wins the main suit, and then Apple also wins the countersuit. You sign a contract saying you're going to pay 30%. You can't try to slide out of that 30%. I think it's going to be pretty cut and dry. The judge is going to be like, this pay the people.
Yeah.
Plus damages. All right.
I had my soundboard privileges taken away by our audience. They don't want me to press. To be fair, the soundboard was set a little too loud. And then also, what's good about this one is it outputs all the volume levels separately. So we had a second chance in editing to lower the volume.
I did lower it all the way. It sounds good in my headset.
It didn't get lowered.
It did sound good in my headset.
So I'll cool it.
Cool it now.
With the soundboard, so and
make it super low.
Super low. Yeah. Well, I mean, I did about this volume level. Let me just test to see if this volume level is good. I won't use the soundboard on this episode, and only when it's relevant. But let's just see if it tested all right. Ready? And play some badass Angry Joe News music.
Yeah, not super low. Well, not in here.
Bad. Not in here. We don't know.
Everyone with headphones.
I'm still going to lower it even more.
You'll have to check that out. All right, guys. Go ahead. Let's go. Next news story.
Actual gaming news now where, not lawsuit stuff. The largest company on Earth, and you know how they wanted to get into video games?
What's the largest company?
Amazon, and how they wanted to, jump into,
talk about Tencent or something.
Oh, no. So Amazon decided they wanted to make video games, and so they wanted to jump in with one of the most popular types of video games, the hero shooter type thing. And so they put a bunch of money into it, and they're like, we made Crucible, and then people at home are going, what?
I've never even tried it.
No,
I've heard of it.
You'll never have the opportunity to try
it's done. It is dead.
What does that feel like, Joe?
Man. Now I kind of want to
Now you kind of want to try it. You'll never, ever get to try it. Because why?
They stopped developing. It is dead. They put out a beta. No one played it. Nobody played it.
They Skill Up and Layman Gaming played it.
Yeah.
I watched their videos on it. I was like, I'll get to this game later.
Yeah.
I never got to the game.
No. Exactly.
Then they pulled it from the store saying, we need to work on it some
more. No, you don't. It's dead.
It was because there was not very many people playing it. Plus, they did need to work on it some more because there wasn't very many people playing it, probably.
How many months has it been out?
It was out for a couple weeks in beta, and then they pulled it. And then it never got released again, and so it is just gone.
And now it's on indefinite hold or something like
that? So in a blog post today from Amazon's Relentless Studios, the developers explained that having completed its most recent roadmap of features and examined player feedback, the decision was made to cease work on the game. So it's gone. All of the team will be transitioning to focus on New World, their MMO that and other upcoming projects from Amazon Games. So this is just it was so interesting because Amazon didn't advertise this thing pretty well. They didn't let know people it was out. They didn't know the beta was coming out, and so it could have been awesome. I didn't play it. I have no idea. Did it look awesome?
I don't know. I didn't see it because the advertiser was so shit for it.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know anything about it. But I think if anything that you've learned is you have to tell people that you made a game, and then that's the only way that they're gonna play it. Because if they don't know it's there, they're not gonna like stumble upon it or something. Yeah, I made this. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Now I know. But it's dead. So.
That's
that was short-lived.
Yeah. I mean, did it? I mean,
and now it does make me want to play it, but there's no
because now you can't have it.
Because now you can't have it. You want to have things you can't have.
Yes. All right. Rockstar today just bought Ruffian Games. Now, if you don't know who Ruffian Games is, I don't know.
Ruffian Games? Holy shit! Who are they?
Crackdown 2. You like that one, right?
What? What? What else did they make? Any?
Crackdown 2.
That was a hot studio
That's
that
another one.
everybody wanted.
Oh,
a
right.
piece
Look,
of the
they worked on
games.
Crackdown, Project Gotham Racing, Fable 2, and apparently did some stuff for Grand Theft Auto. So they've done some other stuff, right?
Okay.
So Rockstar picked them up. They're going to be called, what are they be calling? Rockstar Dundee.
Dundee.
And
That's not a knife.
Yeah.
This knife.
That's not a game. It's boring.
That's not a knife.
That's just exactly what.
That's not a game.
Yeah, that's another one that
That's
kind
a
of just fell
boring.
through because like I didn't know when Crackdown was coming out. We said we were gonna try it, but we just
Crackdown
kind
2,
of
it
forgot.
was in development for long.
Isn't it now on
long time.
Microsoft Pass?
Xbox?
Game Pass?
Yeah, Game Pass. It was always.
Okay.
Game Pass.
Yeah, even then.
Or
Still
does that
not- I'm
Crackdown?
still not gonna play it though. But
Are
Well,
we getting the wrong Crackdown?
what do you mean?
Are you thinking of Crackdown 3?
no, Rockstar Games
They
has
made
acquired
another
Crackdown
one.
2.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Ruffian Games was.
Ruffian Games did also do Crackdown 3, but I think they were lead on 2, and then contributing on 3.
Yeah, they're listed here in this article as the head for 2.
Okay, I thought you meant 3, so I was like, 2 was good. I mean, honestly, the Crackdown series has seen better days.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious why they bought them, huh? Maybe they're
cheap.
geographically close. They needed outside help. They needed to expand, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, so we don't have Grand Theft Auto 5 yet for a smart refrigerator yet. So maybe they need, we got to sell that thing more times because they
got to
want to work
catch
on
up
the
to
next one.
Bethesda.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
So
that market is hot.
yeah,
Hot.
GTA, more
Do you have
GTA
a screen
5.
in your refrigerator, Alex?
No,
Do you have a screen in your refrigerator? I do not.
I don't even play
I
games
don't
on
have
my
a screen.
phone. I'm the worst. So
I'll do some games on the phone from time to time. I stay away from the gacha, but I
Yeah.
do from. I mean, I did play one gacha. It was Star Wars Galaxies, but that turned out to be a gacha.
I need to find a good tower defense. I loved tower defense in the old
See, I
RTS
played
games.
those
I'm done with
too.
tower defense.
They're
There's
like,
just
But
dime
all the
a
mobile
dozen.
ones, I haven't liked any of them. But I want like some of the old the gem TDs from Warcraft 3. Oh, so good.
Guys, are there any good mobile games?
Let me
Can
know.
you
I want,
let
like-
us know in
Yeah.
the comments if you know of any good
I don't wanna
mobile
pay.
games.
And I'm not paying any money.
Hey, you talk about iPad. There's stuff like that. I play Total War, Rome Total War. There's Imperium Galactica 2. So on the iPad, but phone, that's a little different.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
The big story that we got, which is super funny to me, and I love this, and it makes me a bad person, is Avengers dips below 1,000 players on PC, causing matchmaking problems.
We knew it.
So, it's
Yeah,
almost like when
yeah.
you put out like a bad game as a service game, and there's no content, and the main story isn't very good or compelling.
And it crashes on you 5 times when you're trying to record the fucking
Oh.
review.
Yeah. Like I was.
I don't
telling you
wish ill
before,
will on it because I see a good game there. I see the potential that it could have had.
Could have.
It
Yeah, but they
just
spaced
got-
it out too far. Like, oh, you're gonna get Spider-Man like in what
March.
I don't want to play it by
don't
then.
give a
I'm
fuck.
done with it.
Yeah, it just got. I think whether it was Crystal Dynamics, people in charge, whether it was Square Enix people in charge, whether it was a little influence from both, probably more likely. I think the vision of the game was compromised at some point, and
You think that like a 5 Gum sponsorship wasn't enough to bring in like the Vizio soundbar and with all of these people together,
Verizon Mobile,
you have Verizon and Virgin Mobile and all these other people.
Should have done the salads like it did in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing that really punctured a hole in that game for me is that the loot is boring. It has literally the worst loot I have ever seen in an RPG.
Ever? Or is it comparable to another game that came out earlier this year as a
Okay.
game as a service that went nowhere?
Had
Anthem.
no loot. Yeah,
I guess you remember Anthem?
Yeah, it's probably as bad or worse than Anthem. Or Anthem was probably worse because that was the whole... No, that's the whole fucking point of Anthem, and they didn't fucking give you this. Same thing with this game. If you make it an RPG, you're looking for badass loot. Maybe if they would have had different weapons for people or different abilities that you can attach on that give you different things instead of just tying it all to the skill tree and then having everything else be sort of, cosmetic
And the
just
cosmetics
percentages.
look the same whenever you upgrade your
That
armor.
was something that I
That
had
was
a real
another
issue
one
with.
I hated.
You find a really cool piece of
Remember
armor.
that Black
fun
Widow
part.
thing? We like found a new Black Widow
Yeah, it's
fucking
like,
armor
oh,
piece, and we're like,
nothing.
oh yeah, she gonna look awesome. And
No.
what?
Yeah.
She look exactly
I
the
hate
same.
when they
It's
do
like,
that.
no, you got to go to the cosmetics tab, then you got to change, and then you got to buy her whole outfit. You can't mix and match. Like, seriously, in my review, I laid this out. Like, Injustice. Use the system from Injustice, and people would have been excited. Live service games requires its players to continually come back. You need to give the players a reason to continually come back. And this game does the opposite. It is extremely boring, repetitive, fighting the same robot enemies over and over, the same really poorly designed boss battles. There's maybe one good one. And you're just grinding that over
You
and
just
over
are doing it
and
wrong,
over.
Joe. You weren't sitting on A when you should have been sitting on C. No, you have to sit inside the circle, and then they're attack. So we have a good friend of the show that put a lot of time and energy in. That's just like, look, for his kids, he bought the game. They would play together. So A-Rod, right?
Okay.
Really loved the game. Stop playing it. And he's just like, look, there's just nothing
And
to
he
do.
was hardcore.
And he was
Yeah,
into it.
he was
like their
having a good
target
time.
audience. And it's just like, look, when you get to the point where there's just nothing to do. Now,
What I said. It's got no fucking end game.
yeah.
There's no end game. In Avengers Endgame, there's no end game.
So there's supposed to be updates coming out. So the end of October, we're supposed to potentially get Kate Bishop. Are you really excited for Kate
Nope.
Bishop? Do you know who Kate Bishop is?
Nope.
No, I don't give a shit.
Wait, isn't that the actress from Underworld? I'm kidding.
No.
It's Kate.
All right, so we're getting more stuff later on. They're promising more content. It's not here right now, and so the game isn't doing well. Under 100,000 people is causing matchmaking issues on PC. This article says that there's no crossplay functionality, which means if there's people on Stadia, and the article mentions Stadia, it's like the people on Stadia can't play with anyone else. It's like there's probably only 3 or 4 people playing
I
on
was gonna
Stadia
say
total.
you probably count in one hand.
Yeah, well, that's the whole Avengers, right? You
I
can't even
want
make
to meet you. I want to know who you are.
Like,
Show yourself.
Show
You're
yourself.
a
The one guy who bought it on Stadia who has nobody to matchmake with.
Oh, that's terrible.
They
I want to know.
They have a private Discord. It's like their guild, and it's like all of them together, and they can only play with each other because there is nobody else.
Only in Chicago.
Damn.
Yeah, where it works.
But that's brutal, Joe. I mean, what do you,
Yeah.
less than 1,000 players recorded on Steam. Now, granted, this is PC, okay? On console, I'm telling you, it's a completely different story.
There's a lot more people playing on console.
Populations are healthy. They're big. They're good. It's
They're not healthy.
okay. I wouldn't say
They're not healthy. They're
I'm
significantly
just saying
lower than they
they're
want.
always much larger than
for
the
sure.
PC. So in
Yeah.
comparison, it look healthy.
Yeah. So the issue with consoles is very much the same, where the the people playing on consoles much lower than they thought it was going to be. There's not the matchmaking issues. There's just less people, and when there's less people to play, and it's really important to be playing with.
Stupid
I
live
just
service.
keep thinking, my Deus Ex had
Was
to
to die
die
for this, yeah.
For this.
Yeah.
There must be war. God wills it.
There must be war. God wills it. please come back to the Deus Ex. franchise. I would love to see Deus Ex on the next gen consoles with
No.
all the badass
Very
technology.
wishful thinking.
You're getting more Avengers stuff because today
Nobody wants it.
this story broke a couple days ago, talking about the amount of players and how it's looking like it's mimicking the start of the fall of Anthem. And then Crystal Dynamics has come out into a bunch of different publications saying, "Look, we're doing everything we can." They said, "We have a great team in community management. Every day we fight to make the best game possible." Yeah, except for the conception days. They've got a bunch more content coming, and they are confident that players will come back when the content is out.
When?
I don't see how Spider-Man showing
That doesn't
up.
address the fundamental issues with the game, which I just
yeah.
laid out to you. What it will do is it will bring a number of the players back, a small fraction of the players, but they'll stay for exactly as long as they stayed now that you have these problems with. So I'm just letting you know. I mean, maybe you already know this, but I'm letting you know now.
Yeah, you're basically putting a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, they are working very hard, and I want to give them some credit. They have put out so many bug fixes. They actually had a patch that put out hundreds and hundreds of bug fixes throughout the game to fix some of the issues. The issue is
I don't give credit for that.
They fixed the
should've-
bugs, but they didn't put the content in. So
They should have had that fixed before.
yeah, so they said that we are confident we will see PC players as well as those on Xbox
It's
One
cold.
and PlayStation
It's
4
heartless.
return as we
it's
add exciting new late game content and demonstrate that we continue to be focused on improving the game. They say they promise they're gonna have information soon. So maybe you all come back and everyone will
There's
come
gonna
back
be a
to playing.
sprinkle of people that come back and try it out, but other than that,
Yeah.
Just not interested.
the
yeah.
longevity's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's it for Avengers. We'll have to see if it's the next Anthem, but I don't know.
Not Anthem 2.0. They're working hard on that one. They learned from their mistakes, Alex.
Yeah, they learned.
Maybe they should have grabbed themselves some ball deodorant.
Yeah. They wouldn't stink
There's
as
no
much.
transition there. I didn't know what I was doing with
Your
that.
balls stink.
You know what?
Get some
Not
ball
if you-
deodorant. I don't know.
Now that you are putting out more content and you're sitting at your computer and working hard to put out more content that nobody will play, perhaps your balls have grown a little
least-
stinky.
At least
What
someone
you
will thank
need-
you. Your balls.
Your balls will thank
Your
you.
balls will
Your customers won't, but your
No.
balls will thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, yeah. I love that smell,
That's
though.
the good
Seriously,
stuff.
it's good. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got the fragrance out now. Not perfume, but
The cologne.
cologne.
Yeah, the
cologne.
cologne
It's
smells
not
really, really nice.
cologne. It's cologne. All right, guys. Click those links down below. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate Manscaped for sponsoring us. Want to support them as they support us. And this is video one of
of
those
two.
two videos. So watch the
See you in
second
the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.